Why Judo is not just a sport, the cultural philosophy behind Do. What does Do mean beyond the mat? Have you ever wondered why Japanese martial arts end with the word Do? It doesn't just mean way. It means something much deeper. Welcome to Japanese User Manual. In Japan, not everything is what it seems. Some customs are quiet, others are hidden, and some are just strange. Today, let's uncover another hidden side of Japanese culture. In Judo, Kendo, Aikido, all of them share this Do. But what exactly are we walking toward? Do is not a place. It's not a destination. It is the path we walk to improve ourselves every day. We bow. We repeat forms. We accept failure. And through that, we grow not just in skill, but in spirit. Japanese culture believes strength without kindness is weakness. And true growth comes not from defeating others, but from mastering yourself. Judo teaches this silently, without needing to say a word. The mat may look simple, but the philosophy behind it is profound. Let me ask you, in your culture, is there something that guides not just your actions, but your heart too? The Japanese idea of Michibiku, to be guided, not taught. In many cultures, teaching means giving clear answers. But in Japan, teaching often means not giving them. The word Michibiku means to guide along the path, not to lead from the front, but to walk beside you. This idea lives deeply in Japanese arts, especially in Judo. The teacher is not a commander. They are a quiet compass. We learn not by being told, but by experiencing. Not by explanation, but by repetition and reflection. When a student struggles, the sensei doesn't always correct. Instead, they allow the mistake to let the lesson deepen. In Judo, this is the heart of learning. Growth comes from within, not from outside. So the Do in Judo is not something we're taught. It's something we feel step by step, breath by breath. Zen and Judo: silence, emptiness, and the inner self. Why is silence so important in Japanese culture? Because in silence, we can hear what words cannot say. Judo shares this with Zen. No noise, no shouting, just movement, breath, and presence. In Zen, emptiness is not nothing. It is full of awareness, of calm, of focus. On the mat, we train our bodies. But we also train how to be still, how to wait, how to listen. That's why the dojo is quiet. Because true learning needs space, not just instruction. We bow in silence. We sit in silence. Even a single throw carries the weight of a quiet mind. Zen teaches us to observe ourselves without judgment. Judo teaches us to move with humility and control. Together, they shape the invisible part of strength. Not the muscle but the mind behind it. Kata and ritual, the language of the unspoken. Why do we repeat the same motions again and again in Judo? Because form speaks where words cannot. Kata is not just choreography. It is tradition, respect, and spirit shaped into movement. Each bow, each grip, each step, they all say something, without saying anything at all. Japanese culture values what is unspoken. Feelings are shown through action, not explained in words. In Judo, this becomes visible through ritual, through how we bow, how we fall, how we rise. The Kata connects us to those before us. It's a silent conversation across generations. By practicing Kata, we don't just learn technique. We learn posture, rhythm, timing and heart. The form holds our values. And by repeating it, we don't just remember, we become them. The concept of Shu-Ha-Ri tradition, breakthrough, mastery. In Judo, we don't just learn how to fight. We learn how to grow step by step, in 3 stages. These stages are called Shu-Ha-Ri. It's an ancient way of learning that shapes the heart, not just the body. Shu means to obey and protect. We follow the form. We imitate. We learn the rules by heart. Ha means to break. Once we understand the form, we begin to question it, to explore. And Ri means to depart. We move beyond the form, creating something truly our own. This process is slow, quiet, invisible to others, but it changes how we think, how we move, how we live. In Judo, we see it in the bow, the grip, the throw. Even the smallest motion reflects our stage of mastery. Shu-Ha-Ri is not just a method. It's a path, a lifelong journey of becoming. Physical fall, spiritual rise. Ukemi as philosophy. What if falling down wasn't failure? What if it was the beginning of growth? In Judo, Ukemi means receiving the fall. It teaches us how to fall safely and how to rise again. We practice falling more than we practice throwing. Because standing up is more important than winning. Ukemi is not about losing. It's about preparing for life where we fall all the time. We fall in work, in relationships, in dreams. But Judo trains the spirit that says, get up again. The mat becomes a mirror of real life. We learn that pain doesn't stop us, it teaches us. That's why Judo is more than sport. It's a way to train recovery, both in body and heart. Let me ask you, in your culture, do you learn how to fall? And more importantly, how to rise? Mutual welfare. Jita Kioi as a social ideal. What does it mean to grow stronger together? Not by defeating others, but by helping them grow too. This is the idea behind Jita Kioi. It means mutual welfare and benefit. It was one of Jigoro Kano's core teachings. Strength must serve more than yourself, it must lift others. In Judo, your partner is not your enemy. They are your mirror, your teacher, your ally. You can't improve alone. You need someone to resist you, challenge you, trust you. That's why we bow to our opponents. Without them, we cannot grow. This idea reflects something bigger than martial arts. It's a way to think about society, too. What if business, politics, and education followed Jita Kioi? Wouldn't the world feel different? The dojo as a sacred space, architecture of the mind. Why do we take off our shoes before entering the dojo? Why do we bow to an empty mat? Because the dojo is not just a gym. It is a sacred space, a mirror for the heart. Every corner is designed with purpose. The front is honored. The back is humble. The floor is pure. We face the Kamiza, not out of religion, but to show respect to those before us, and to ourselves. The silence inside isn't awkward. It's intentional. It helps us return to ourselves. We don't shout here. We listen. We don't rush here. We breathe. The dojo teaches us without words. It shows us how space can shape spirit. In Japan, architecture and behavior are deeply connected. The room itself trains the mind. And maybe that's something we need more of. Spaces that teach us to be better, just by entering. Why do is disappearing and why it matters. Have you noticed something is changing in modern martial arts? More speed, more medals, but less meaning. Today, Judo is seen by many as just a competitive sport. Win, lose, train harder, repeat. But what about the bow? What about the spirit behind the throw? In some places, Do is fading. The path has become a race. The journey, a scoreboard. Even in Japan, some forget that Judo is not just about results. It's about who you become through the practice. Judo without Do is like a body without a soul. Fast, maybe, but empty. We need to ask, why did we begin? Was it for medals, or for something deeper? Because if we lose the Do, we lose the heart of Judo itself. Judo as a mirror of Japanese values. Judo is not just about fighting. It's about how we face ourselves and how we treat others. It reflects something deeply Japanese. Respect without words. Strength with softness. Growth without ego. The bow, the silence, the fall, the rise. Each part of Judo holds a quiet message. Not everything must be loud to be strong. Not every victory needs a cheer. Do teaches us that the way we live matters. That who we are is shaped by how we walk that path. In a noisy world, Judo reminds us of stillness. In a fast world, it reminds us of depth. It's not about going far. It's about walking with heart. That's why Do still matters. And why Judo will always be more than just a sport. This is just one part of what makes Judo more than a sport. Is Judo seen the same way in your country or is it different? Let me know in the comments. I read everyone. And if this video spoke to you, subscribe for more about the spirit of Judo. See you tomorrow on the path, same time, same place.